heartfelt stories on K-people. Communicating through the flavors of Korea K-food. Movies to watch, K-story, and deeply moving performances on K-stage. A fan meeting with K-pop stars in real time, after-school club, from dance and singing to playful acts that can't be shown on stage. K-pop stars reply to messages from their fans around the world, interacting together on the live show. Make unforgettable memories with your favorite stars on ASC.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Arirang News on the Seollal Korean Lunar New Year holiday. It's Wednesday, January 29th here in Seoul, and I'm Song Yujin. Now today is Seollal Day, as mentioned before. It's when the holiday travel rush reaches its peak, with millions hitting the roads to reunite with loved ones. And we're seeing traffic conditions vary depending on the direction of travel, as those leaving Seoul are seeing smoother conditions, while congestion remains heavy for those returning to the capital. According to the Korea Expressway Corporation, departing from Seoul to the city of Busan in the southeast at 6 p.m. Wednesday will take approximately 5 hours and 10 minutes. That is 2.5 hours quicker than this morning. Now, meanwhile, the trip for Busan to Seoul is expected to take 6 hours and 40 minutes. Traffic in both directions is forecast to ease late tonight. Now, staying with our Seollal coverage, Seollal is one of Korea's two biggest holidays alongside Chuseok, and it's a time when families come together to enjoy traditional Korean food and spend quality time with one another. And during this day, there is a tradition called Sebae, where people bow to their elders as a sign of respect and receive blessings, along with something that might just bring a little extra warmth to your wallet in return. Our Park Gun-woo tells us what Sebae is.
Want to start the Lunar New Year with good fortune? One of the simplest ways to do that might be through a bow of fortune, known as Sebae in South Korea. During Seollal, the Lunar New Year holiday, one of the biggest holidays here, people perform Sebae to show respect to their elders. Wearing the traditional Korean attire hanbok, you stand up and place your left hand above the right if you're a male, and the right above the left if you're a female. Then you kneel and bow. So this is how you do it. 다 같이 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
더 씩씩하고 건강하고 멋진 친구들이 됐으면 좋겠어요.
Traditionally, after receiving elders' New Year's blessing, younger adults would be served food and alcohol, while children would receive New Year's money or sebae돈. But some experts say that the Sebae traditions have slightly changed over time.
Sebae is simplifying in the fast-paced world, and along with the convenience of technology, it's sometimes done virtually. But the importance of empathy and communication through Sebae should remain. Emotions must be expressed to be understood. Maintaining the warmth of Sebae and continuing this tradition is essential for fostering meaningful connections.
Another change in the tradition is seen in the hanbok worn during Sebae.
Until a few decades ago, people would wear hanbok with great formality. But with changing tastes, especially among the younger generations, it has become more simplified and people wear it less frequently than before.
But he also said that it's still great to see more foreigners wearing hanbok, along with its growing popularity.
The hanbok, because it's very beautiful and there are a lot of details. We watch a lot of K-dramas, so there are a lot of period dramas there, and we're very interested in K-pop, so we got exposed to knowing the hanbok.
The hanbok designer also shared his hope that as foreigners like wearing hanbok, more Koreans will too, and that the design can continue to maintain the essence of tradition rather than becoming disconnected from Korean culture. Park Gun-woo, Arirang News.
And now turning to the latest on the investigation into Tuesday night's Air Busan aircraft fire at Kimhae International Airport, South Korea's Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport confirmed on Wednesday that neither the plane's wings nor its engine were damaged, which indicates that the fire was not caused by a fuselage issue. Now, passengers who were on board told Yonhap News they saw smoke and flames emerging from an overhead bin at the rear of the aircraft, with some speculating that a battery pack or another electric device may have been the source. And Acting President Choi Sang-mok earlier in the day called for a thorough investigation and measures to prevent similar incidents. All 169 passengers and 7 crew members on the flight to Hong Kong were safely evacuated using emergency slides, though 7 sustained minor injuries. And now turning to the United States, President Donald Trump last week referred to North Korea as a nuclear power, raising concerns that this could signal a shift in Washington's long-standing policy of denuclearizing the regime. However, the White House says that President Trump remains committed to that policy. Our Lee Soo-jin reports.
U.S. President Donald Trump could once again pursue the complete denuclearization of North Korea. White House National Security Council spokesperson Brian Hughes told Yonhap News Agency on Tuesday local time that Trump will pursue the complete denuclearization of North Korea, as he did during his first term. The spokesperson also emphasized that Trump had a good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and that his mix of toughness and diplomacy led to the first-ever leader-level commitment to complete denuclearization. This comes shortly after the North state-run Korean Central News Agency revealed that Kim had conducted an on-site visit to a nuclear material production facility and a nuclear weapons research institute. During the visit, he inspected the current state of nuclear material production and assessed the institute's research agenda for 2025. The exact date of the visit, however, was not disclosed. Kim also reportedly said during the visit that a prolonged confrontation with the world's most hostile adversaries is inevitable and emphasized that strengthening of the nuclear shield is essential to address current threats and emerging security risks, as well as to protect the nation's sovereignty, interests, and right to development. And as this report comes less than a week after Trump in an interview with Fox News expressed his willingness to reach out to Kim again, it's likely that the North will refuse to engage in talks for the time being. During his first term, Trump held 3 historic meetings with Kim. It was after the Singapore summit in June 2018, the first ever meeting between a sitting U.S. president and a North Korean leader, that a joint statement was made saying the North would commit to working towards the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. But while groundbreaking, the summit, as well as the following Hanoi summit in February 2019 and the DMZ meeting in June 2019, failed to result in a definitive agreement on denuclearization. As such, there has been speculation that Trump may pursue small deals that address only parts of North Korea's nuclear capabilities.
Well, I think the problem with a large deal is that Kim rejected that even back in 2019. So he's not going to try and cross that path again. It's going to likely be Trump leveraging Kim.
But as the White House's statement appears to refute these speculations, Trump may make the denuclearization of North Korea a key diplomatic goal in his second term as well. Lee Soo-jin, Arirang News.
And staying with the Trump administration, a U.S. federal district judge has temporarily blocked the administration's plan to freeze all federal assistance. Judge Lauren Ali Khan on Tuesday local time issued an order to pause the plan until 5 p.m. on February 3rd after a lawsuit was filed earlier in the day by a coalition of nonprofit organizations that receive federal funds. The Trump administration on Monday night announced an abrupt halt on federal loans and grants while it conducts a review to ensure that the spending is in compliance with recent executive actions. Now, while the memo did not detail the specific programs that would be affected, it is unlikely that South Korean companies with existing subsidy and loan contracts with the U.S. government will be impacted. And that wraps up this evening edition of Arirang News. Thank you so much for watching, and on behalf of all of us here at Arirang, wherever you are in the world today, hope you have a happy Lunar New Year. And Arirang News will be back tomorrow at noon Korea time.